On your screens, there are visuals of the Prime Minister meeting with the victims of the blast on Monday outside of the Red Fort. The Prime Minister, on arriving from Bhutan, headed straight to the LNJP Hospital, where many of those who were injured in that blast are currently recovering. So there you can see the first visuals of those people, the Prime Minister meeting with them. He was there for a brief while where he spoke to many of them, met family members as well, and then has left from the LNJP Hospital. The Prime Minister heading straight to LNJP after arriving from his 2-day state visit to Bhutan. He was in Bhutan over the last 2 days, and now immediately on arriving, heading straight to the LNJP, where he met with several of those who were injured in the attack on Monday, in that blast that took place in a car outside of the Red Fort, in which 9 people were killed and over 20 people were injured. In fact, many of those people very injured, extremely badly injured, in fact requiring plastic surgery as well, is what many have been saying. Remember, Delhi remains on high alert. There you can see the Prime Minister also meeting with some of the female victims of the blast that took place. Later today, the Prime Minister will be chairing a cabinet committee on security meeting at 5:30. That is what we know so far. In Bhutan as well, he was in touch with Home Minister Amit Shah to get to review all the developments in the probe into the Red Fort blast case, even as more and more people are being questioned, and this entire web of this white collar terror module is being exposed as investigating teams are in Jammu and Kashmir, in Gurgaon, in Faridabad, Delhi as well, in UP as well, where many of the people who were involved or possibly knew the people involved in this entire terror plot are being traced and tracked and questioned. So the Prime Minister there meeting with the victims, with those who were injured in the blast. Let's go across to Ishika now for more. Ishika, the Prime Minister, a short while ago met with the victims of the blast, Red Fort blast at the LNJP Hospital. What are the details you can share with us? We have the first visuals, those still pictures up on our screens now.
Well, yes, Hari, as we can see in the visuals that the Prime Minister, right after arriving here in New Delhi, he directly came here to the NDTV Hospital to meet here the victims and to speak to doctors as to, how the condition of those who are critical actually is. And as you can see, and our viewers can also see on the screen, that the Prime Minister is speaking to all of those who have been injured in this, in fact, very terrifying Lal Killa blast that happened. He is, in fact, he did try to, in fact, motivate to all of these, who are injured, and in fact also to talk of those who are currently critical by speaking to the doctors, going near that ward, see what kind of condition they are in. So this happened, in fact, just a while ago. We saw the Prime Minister going inside, and after, few minutes, is what we can say, around 10 minutes, the Prime Minister came to the hospital, and after that, he has, in fact, left currently from the LNJP Hospital. The Prime Minister, you are certainly trying to motivate those who have been injured here over here.
That's right, and there you can see the first visuals of the Prime Minister meeting with those who were injured, spending a fair amount of time at the LNJP Hospital. On arriving from Bhutan, the Prime Minister had been on a 2-day official visit to Bhutan to attend an event to mark the Bhutan King's 70th birthday. But he had been in touch with Home Minister Amit Shah, and he said he'd been, reviewing all the probe into the Red Fort blast case and had been in touch with investigating agencies. In fact, when speaking in Bhutan, the Prime Minister had also said that he was there with a very heavy heart, considering the horrifying incident that took place. He also said that he was in touch with all the key agencies and officials, and that the agencies would get to the bottom of the conspiracy, that the perpetrators would not be spared. So the Prime Minister is going straight to LNJP after arriving from Bhutan. And Ishika, the Prime Minister also will later today, chair that cabinet committee on security, in which the extent of what probe agencies have uncovered so far will be, told to him in great detail. All right, we will try and go across to Ishika. But on your screens there, as you can see, the Prime Minister spent a fair amount of time interacting with those at the LNJP Hospital who are still recovering from the blast that took place on Monday when a slow-moving car, there was a blast and 9 people were killed, over 20 people were injured, some with very gruesome injuries requiring plastic surgery, as well as you can see some with their hands injured as well.